how the cage looks before. We about to clean this up, y'all. Clean out all the old stuff and put it in here. This is what it looks like before. I gave the chick snacks and put it in the coop. Okay, and it took me 2 hours. Here's the end result. That took 2 hours. I started at 11 this morning, and it's now about 12:55 in the afternoon. I got 4 eggs. I scooped up as much of the old wood pine shavings as I could. Put them in this container over here. Let me show you. Put it in that container. I did not fill that container up because if it would have got too full, I wouldn't be able to put my glasses on. The sun is in my face. I wouldn't be able to move it. So that is my chicken manure container. Then I took about 8 bags of the, not trash bags, but yard bags, and I double bagged them, so 4 bags, and scooped up as much as I could and threw it out. It smelled foul because it's been rainy. They've been pooping. It was old pine shavings in there. And as I would go, I would lay down the new wood pine shavings, and what that does is I got as much of it up as I could, so it's kind of wet and poopy down there. So the new pine shavings kind of sops up some of that stuff, makes it smell a lot fresher. Now, it smelled when I went in the cage, but it wasn't smelling up the whole neighborhood, and that's what I don't want it to do because we're in a suburban area. Also, it allows the chickens to scratch more. Let me show you. They're walking around, they're scratching. I always change out their water, so I changed out that water. That one doesn't have apple cider vinegar. Then I have a big one over there that does. I gave them more food snacks in that blue container right there. And as soon as I started putting the new pine shavings, they start scratching because it's fresh. And they sit in it and they waddle in it. So I used like 1 1/4 bags of the pine shavings. I might put out some more pine shavings just to make it a little bit more thicker because they tend to move the pine shavings all over the place. Only the whiner is the one that's whining, but they scratch. They like to scratch a lot, and they're not walking on a wet, soppy mess. And I kind of lifted the tarp there and give them a little bit sun. I ordered some more ash for they have 2 dusting boxes, one that has regular soil and one that has this ash that I buy. And they're starting to like the one with the ash a little bit better, so I ordered 4 more little containers of that. I'm gonna sift that out, kind of clean it out, and add some more ash to it. And they like sitting in there. All 4 of them could sit in there. I put more wood shavings, pine shavings at the top of their coop, and they are actually, see, they're scratching. They're scratching all over the place, and they have something a little bit more to scratch. The other stuff was just compounded and just compounded down. I'm going to measure this during the week, measure this cage, and I'm going to see if I can get a pop-up tent that can go over it and in lieu of these tarps, because I believe we have another storm coming next weekend. So I'm gonna go to Bass Pro Shops and see what I can do as far as getting a tent, measure the height, the width, and length of this, and I might need 2 pop-up tents and put the pop-up tents over the cage, and I think that would keep it from being as wet. Also, to see how I can secure the pop-up tents on cement, I might have to put like sand things on the bottom of them to kind of hold them in, and I think that might be a little bit better shelter for the chickens. But yeah, you got to take care of your chickens. If you're using them for eggs, you got to make sure everything is clean. You got to make sure they're not sick, and the whiner just whines all the time. Look at her. goes back. Oh, now she stopped. There she goes. There's no mouse. There's no rat. I'm sitting over here. Yeah. So that is the end of this video. I'm gonna go in the house and I'm gonna strip down everything and I'm gonna throw it in the washing machine. In fact, I'm gonna strip down at the washing machine because it was a doo-doo smelly mess in there. Even though it didn't come out, it was compounded to the ground, and once I started shoveling it, I had this mask on. Yeah, you could smell it. This was not a job for the week. So I've been able to take a lot of things in my life, and I'm sitting up here looking at one of the lavender. She's sitting in the new pine shavings. She's just sitting there enjoying it. Look at it. It helps the chickens relax, except for that one. She be tripping all the time. But yeah, they're enjoying it. At first they were going all wackadoodle, like, what are you doing? And then once they started seeing that I was giving them new fresh pine shavings, not just throwing new ones on, but getting rid of the old ones, they were like, oh. So it's dry for them and they're enjoying it, because this storm, man, they were some dirty, wet chickens. And I just couldn't see these poor babies sitting out in this whole time. And there's that lavender. She's in the sun. I lifted up the tarp. She's loving the sun and she's just enjoying it. Okay, so if you're going to be a backyard homesteader like me, you got to take care of your animals. You just have to. And it makes them a lot happier, except if you have a whiner. I got one that's a whiner, and she kind of bugs the other ones. They just ignore her. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. As I always say, please find peace within yourself, and please be peaceable with everyone. I love you all. Have a fantastic Sunday. Bye, everyone.